Hi, my name's Nicole, but you can call me Nikki. Everyone does. So for my final project of theater class, I think I'm going to discuss one of my favorite movies we watched this quarter, which was Real Women Have Curves. I'm going to look at this movie through the idea of it being a coming-of-age film. So quick review of the movie. This movie follows the journey of Anna. Now, at the beginning of the movie, she has just finished high school and she quit her craptastic flipping burgers job. Manager totally sound like a dick, so I agree. So the story progresses with the big issue of whether or not Anna should go to college or she should stay home and help her family, particularly her sister in her dressmaking factory. She got a full ride to Columbia University in New York City, so of course Anna wants to pursue that. So throughout the whole, this idea of does she leave or does she stay, she has to deal with her mother. Now, the mother is in the background of the story, kinda, I think, more, and she's a flat-out bitch to her about everything she does, how she looks, how she acts. She's just cruel. So if that was my mother, I would have already had slapped her by, the first 15 minutes of the movie. I'm not joking. Anyway, at the end of the movie, it does look like she kind of has to develop this idea of, to love herself as she is, because she's a real woman, because real women have curves. Ha! And now, when we're talking about a coming-of-age film, we usually discuss these films, through several different ideas of, what youth is going to, and they depict what that generation has to do. Most of these films kind of follow a traditional flow of things. They don't know what I want to say there. Anyway, in Real Women Have Curves, the movies follows some of the more classic styles and ideas, like the idea of Anna trying to find her one place in the world. She had to decide if her one place was at home helping her family or at college in New York, which personally I'd pick college in New York. Anyway, where in New York she can grow and become her own woman. And following the idea of the true self is kind of like finding your true self is the only way to find your whole place in the world. And adulthood is the only time you know where your true self is and what you should do with life. And I think one of my favorite scenes actually kind of depicts this a little bit more. And it was an extremely hot day. She's working in a distracted factory because the family's like, you can't go, blah, 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 bitchy mom. Anyway, extremely hot in just factory. So Anna takes her shirt off. And she got everyone started stripping except for her mom. Her mom's like, don't you feel horrible, the way you look? And Anna's like, you're right, Mom. Part of me does want to lose weight because, who doesn't want to lose a little weight? And she's like, but part of me doesn't, because my weight is a way to tell people who don't like me for what I look like to fuck off. I mean, I think that's great. And, in this scene, we kind of see something click in the back of Anna's mind where she's, decided something. And literally in the next scene, we see her go give some money back to her dad. And she tells her dad she's going to go to school, which I think is a great choice for her. Another idea this movie follows is, growing up. Anna had to grow up to find happiness, because she was a child, she couldn't, really defy what her mother was saying, which I would have. And growing up is the only way she can find her place in the world, which ultimately leads to her happiness. Now, one thing I think this movie kind of doesn't do, a traditional coming-of-age movie, which is conformity to find happiness, because if she had decided to conform, she would have stayed home, gotten married, worked in the dress factory without complaint, and done everything her mom wanted to do to conform to, what her area said was a traditional conformity to find happiness. She had sex before, she didn't stay a virgin, and I kind of liked the instance, and it's kind of sucky, but mom slapped her because she told her mom, I have more value than what's between my legs, and she defies, this conformity idea that her family is having. So that's all I've got.